The moment, and Amazulu could keep a couple of or creep a couple of points clearer. But Amazulu really in a spot of bother. If they can win that one, they'll be into double figures before the holiday season. I think that'll give them some confidence. Lafour has got lots of confidence. I tell you what, that was a completely accidental slip. He was looking to change direction as the keeper came out, and he's clattered into Brandon Petersen. I don't think Lafour meant that at all, but both of them need medical attention, and it's a bit concerning that Petersen's clutching the right knee.
Well, clearly, you know, an attacker in this case, he has all the right to go for the ball. He sees it there. He couldn't stop. You see, it's more a slip there. He couldn't stop in time, you know. You could see his feet just went out under him, and there's more of a collision there because there you see that slip. It's more of an accident. No intention whatsoever from Anthony Lafour.
Well, that right knee twisted quite horribly from Brandon Petersen. But you could quite clearly see as he went into the penalty area, he was looking to change direction on his left leg. He got the boot on its side, and it almost acted as an ice skate. And there was no stopping him right there.
Absolutely. You know, you could see that his studs went out under him. And the keeper looks like he's in a lot of pain there, Kevin.
Well, he's got so many injured players at the moment. Asking the medical staff if there's a requirement for a change, because Ansi Jakala, the 27-year-old man from Finland, is busy warming up at the moment. Scored an own goal, I think, against Orlando Pirates in the first goal of those 4 that were conceded by Ajax Cape Town in Johannesburg. And there is the big Finn.
Well, he had a fantastic season, you know, the last time out, and you know, it's one of those things where keepers go through a bad patch. He had his bad patch. The keeper, the coach there brought in the likes of Petersen, and it looks like he may have to step up now and take the role of goalkeeper in this particular match, because the keeper looks like he's down. We've got a stretcher out there, not looking good.
Yeah, he came off as a substitute. He came off in the second half of the match after he scored 2 goals with what looked like a little bit of a muscle strain. Today it looks a little bit worse than that. Just let's have a look through the names, Coach Khan, to see who would come on in his place. We've got Surprise Maruri, of course. We've got Kudukwashi Mahachi, the Zimbabwean 21-year-old. There's Bongi Nkosi and Tuli that can play as well.
Well, I think he's spoiled for choice. The most obvious player I would think of him bringing in is Moriri, because if you look at Moriri or Mahachi, so that would be possibly his choice. Boyson, defender. Evans, defender. Kekana, defensive midfielder. Leaves him with at least 3 choices.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Surprise Maruri is going to be able to play for nearly 70 minutes or 75 minutes, as this is not a good sign in the Absa Premiership, but completely accidental. But these things happen in football. These are contact sport.
These things happen, and possibly Mahachi would be the other option. Possibly he needs a fresh pair of legs to run at them, and we know Mahachi has the abilities. As a Zimbabwean attacker, he looks like he could be the one to come on.
Mahachi grabbed a goal in a 2-0 victory against Morocco Swallows on the 20th of August. That was a great save of Anthony Lafour, Brandon Petersen. Really, really terrific save from the 20-year-old. Well, it looks as if he might not continue in this encounter, because there was a massive collision between the man who's down, Anthony Lafour, and he might have even concussed himself. The boots are off already, which gives an indication that he's not going to continue. But the medical staff just making sure that the Liberian, who started his career in South Africa with Jomo Cosmos, played at Supersport United, plays with Mamelodi Sundowns now, and an all-round decent bloke, I think, and all-round decent bloke as well is Brandon Petersen. He's a youngster, but you can clearly see that he's in serious distress.
Serious distress. I just hope it's not a cruciate ligament or something as bad as that. He looks like he's in a lot of pain, and I just hope he recovers well. A young man, he's shown so much in the last couple of games. Let's hope him all the best.
Yeah, this is not the scenes that you want to see with 2 players involved in a collision going for balls. Well, it is going to be Kudukwashi Mahachi. Just the 1 goal that he's scored. He hasn't had much game time this season so far, but he was signed by the club, and he will take the place of Anthony Lafour. And we'll just see if there's any role change. Maybe does Mahachi go into the midfield and allow Teko to go forward, or does Mahachi take the position directly as man for man with Anthony Lafour? One foreigner takes the place of another.
Well, clearly he's going to take the place of Lafour up front. I don't think they'll drop him into midfield. He will be looking to link up with the likes of Malachila and look to get in that area and give them the edge right in the 18-yard area of Ajax.
Well, injuries continue. Anthony Lafour on the pitch is being strapped onto the gurney, because that's just the way it should be, just to make sure he's absolutely stable. He might have injured his neck when he collided with Brandon Petersen, who himself is receiving medical attention off the field and is looking very, very distressed indeed. And as you said, the knee bent back. It wasn't the knee, I think that was, the contact was made on it. But as he tried to turn away from Anthony Laffour fell on that knee and just bent it at an awkward angle. And I've had cruciate ligament reconstruction done. It's not funny, you're out of action for about a year. There's a lot of physiotherapy involved, a bit of swimming too. But Ansi Chakula, well, there's nothing wrong with this guy as a goalkeeper. He's just going through a bit of a confidence patch at the moment.
Well, he's a quality goalkeeper. I mean, I spoke to Mushina Tukral, who brought him to the club, and he spoke highly of him. As all players, you know, you go through a bad patch, but he'll step up there. He's a professional. You can see he doesn't look anxious in any way. And maybe for Ajax, this is a quality sub coming in for the likes of Petersen. So I don't think they'll be too bothered about it. I think more so for Sundowns, they will miss Laffour sorely, because he had scored in the last 2 games. He scored a brace, and he's on form. He's got his eye in, and to be lost this early in the match would be a little bit of a blow for them. However, if you look at their bench, they have Mahachi, who's obviously going to be coming on, and they have the other likes of Mtuli. So I don't think they're not spoiled for choice. They're in fact spoiled for choice.
Amazulu is still leading Morocco Swallows by 1-0. The goal that was scored in the 10th minute. You can see the distress on the face of Brandon Petersen, but eventually they seem to have him secured. That right knee definitely has a problem, and the medical staff are taking very good care of him, including the team doctor from Ajax Cape Town. And it's good to see the sort of care that he's getting here. Yeah, there's obviously some sort of damage there. Physiotherapist is Johannes Greiling for Ajax Cape Town. Well, it's looks like a war zone out there at the moment, and a little race to the tunnel. One hopes that they will get medical attention very quickly. In fact, there's no shortage of brilliant medical attention, not only in the PSL, but in the general Tshwane area. So I think both of the players will get exceptionally good medical attention, and whatever the problems are, we'll try and find out for you from the touchline that we will be able to tell you what the problem is. So Ansi Chakula, 27-year-old, born in Finland, played for Ajax Cape Town last season, comes in for the injured